Obviously on a daily basis when I'm ticking, and on certain days I tick very badly, then people look at you. They look at you strange and they're like, wow, what's wrong with this person, you know? I've had people saying that, yeah, like I said, you know, are you possessed? Maybe you need to go and see a priest, go to a temple. Why can't you control your body? Wow. So I have Tourettes, and so as you can tell visibly, I tic on my face. So my tics affect me facially, as you can see. You know, I tic quite a fair bit, and it gets worse with fatigue. It starts to affect very simple things like breathing regularly when you exercise. Because I'm a triathlete, so when I'm running a marathon or when I'm doing my triathlon, at the tail end of the race, actually sometimes people ask, why are you so breathless? And I mean, I don't explain to them, but actually it's because every breath you take, I'm probably missing one. Obviously on a daily basis when I'm ticking, and on certain days I tick very badly, then people look at you. They look at you strange and they're like, wow, what's wrong with this person, you know? I've had people saying that, yeah, like I said, you know, are you possessed? Maybe you need to go and see a priest, go to a temple. Your IQ mustn't be very high, you know, you must be doing very badly in school. As a child, you know, when you get shunned or when people say unkind things to you, it really gets to you. I think especially when you're going through puberty and you're going through, you know, the teenage years, it gets to you. I was always hiding, and I was always trying to not show, you know, my tics, my Tourettes. On bad days, I would just not do anything, or you know, I wouldn't go out with my friends, or I just want to be alone, because it's almost like a source of embarrassment, right? When did you know that something was wrong? This is a good question. When I was growing up, and you know, in my primary school days, Tourette's wasn't a thing. My parents were definitely aware. I mean, they knew that I was kind of moving uncontrollably, you know, but I don't think they kind of knew what the term was. So I think in my mid-30s, I had a very bad meltdown in a public place, in a food center. Losing your temper is one thing. I think we all have that. Having a meltdown in public and just basically becoming a public nuisance is another. And that's when I kind of told myself that maybe I should go for a formal checkup. So I went to see a psychiatrist, and I was essentially diagnosed with 3 invisible disabilities. So I was diagnosed as being ADD, so attention deficit disorder, and Tourette's, obviously. And strangely enough, I was also diagnosed to be autistic, which was something that I never imagined would be true. So when they told me that no, actually autism is a very wide spectrum, I was shocked, because I never actually researched about it, right? When they start explaining to you what autism is and why you behave in certain ways, it all started to make sense, because throughout all my cognitive years, I was always thinking that maybe I needed to be like that person. And in a way, I became almost like a social chameleon. It's that you kind of forget who you are and you don't develop who you are as a person. I mean, I got diagnosed when I was 35, 36. I can safely say that during that period, I was a little bit depressed. I think I went through a bout of depression. And just trying to figure out who you are and having to undo everything. One of the ways that I kind of emerged from my depressive state was really in knowing that there was something there for me. I think having a triathlon or something to hold on to allowed me to get out of that rut. It's played a very key part in taking me out of where I was before into where I am today, which is obviously in a much better place. Yeah. Aren't you afraid that your passion for triathlons might put your life in danger? Well, to be honest, I've had doctors, I've had friends, I've had family who tell me, Darren, if you're Tourette's, you shouldn't be cycling because it's very dangerous. So I was in Taiwan and I was racing the half Ironman there. 20 km in, didn't see this guy in front of me stopping. Yeah, I was ticking very badly. Didn't see until last minute and swerved. My bike hit a pothole or stone in the road, and it flipped. And then I flipped off the bike and I kind of rolled for like 20-30 meters. They actually said that you might have to stop because, you know, it's kind of bruising and swelling. And I told them, no, that's not going to happen. I think even if I need to come in last, I'm going to finish it. So after the race, I realized I broke 4 ribs. Yeah, but I still finished it. But I think that one incident really showed me that we are capable of a lot more. And I think it's also very symbolic of how I live my life, with all the disabilities that I've had to deal with. I've always never tried to let these things bring me down. So to me, 4 broken ribs, great. But what's plan B? And plan B was really just to get through it. Yeah. So I think one of the things is that I didn't want to wake up one day thinking that what if I could have still completed the race? And I don't like to live a life of what ifs. You only live once, right? And I'm glad that I finished it, because then I know that what if is not going to exist anymore, and that I was capable of finishing the race at the time. Yeah. Okay. How do you wish people would see you? Wow. I mean, I am who I am. I'm a pretty open book. I know there are a lot of concerned parents out there when their kids are diagnosed with ADD or Asperger's or autism or Tourettes. Sometimes they're in a bit of a rut, right? Which is expected. See me as that resource that you can approach and you can talk to someone who understands. Please never ever see me or anyone who's like me as a charity case. When you talk about acceptance, it's about, Darren's autistic and he's ADD, he's got Tourette's, yeah, but cool guy. Hopefully that's what people are saying, right? I mean, I've embraced it, right? I'm autistic, I'm ADD, I've got Tourette's, and I know I'm no longer caught in that pretense of being someone I'm not. What you see is what you get. And one thing I've learned is give it time. We live in a very, very complex world, built with increasingly complex social systems. To think that we will immediately find our fit in this world is also a bit naive. We need to give things around us time to develop. We need to give ourselves time to develop. We are very engendered to think that we want solutions very quickly. Sometimes you give it some time and let things settle down a little bit, let the complexity play out. And then you will find that, actually I fit very nicely here. You just want to give it some time and understand yourself better.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like watching this, please hit subscribe, ring the notification bell and watch our other videos over here.